What's going on YouTube? GuardedKam here from Team KYP. We haven't been doing a lot of videos lately because life has been catching up. Like, I've been going to conventions now and again, so it's been hard to actually sit down and record. But I have a deck profile for today, and I've been having a lot of fun with it because like I keep going to my locals with it. I mean, it's not competitive. It's just more of a fun deck because I don't know, me, that's all I'm all about. I mean, I do have my competitive decks, but I don't always go there to win. Like, I gotta have fun with this game. But if not, then it just becomes kind of, I don't know, it's not my game after a while if I keep just going competitively. I mean, I'm going to Toronto YCS this weekend. I'm pretty sure. Me and Crazy Wolf are gonna make the trip there. It's about a 5-hour drive, but we're gonna go there. But I mean, like, I'm gonna go win. Like, I was thinking of like a way to make this deck competitive and then against what we have to go into the meta with, against like 2 Dracos and what else is there, like Zodiacs, because the time this is a Timelords, and it's funny because a lot of them can't be destroyed by card effects, or you have to like bounce them or just not really do anything with them, because when you battle them, they don't do you don't get battle damage. It all sends back to the deck or hand. Like, one that sends all the graveyard back to the deck, and one sends back row back. Like, they all have their own separate effects, so that's what I like about them. And then now we got Time Maiden, which is an amazing booster deck, because now it's like you're searchable. Like, while you use their first effect, you search, and then you use their other effect, special summon, which ignores summoning conditions, which is phenomenal. Like, most of them have their own. Like, you have to either have no board, or you got a tribute for them. But still, I don't know, I've been having fun with it. I've won, I think I took second at our locals once with it, and it was fun. Because with the cards I have in there, the tech is really, it's really up there with the cards I threw in here, because Crazy Wolf's, I mean, I took a page out of Crazy Wolf's book, mess with your opponent, trolling. But let's get to the deck profile. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let's get going. Alright, we'll start with the main deck. You play 3 Time Maidens because she's your, as I said, you can special summon her from your hand if you control no monsters, tribute her, you get a search for one of your other Time Lords, and you can also banish her from your graveyard and special summon one right from the deck. But if you do that, the second one, you can only special summon, I think, Time Lords. Some conditions, you can special summon that other monster. Or you cannot special summon other monsters during the turn you activate this effect. So you can't go into any XYZs using this effect. Like, let's say you go into, you do that, you special summon your, normal special summon your Time Lord, and then use its effect, you can't do anymore. But I mean, it's still a good effect, because then it's like your Stratos without even using your normal summon. Like, you just can special summon it and then just get its effect off. So I play 3 Camion, or back to your opponent's deck. It does 500 damage, and it can't be, I think you can't activate anything in response. Like, you can, neither player can activate cards or effects in response to it. So like, usually you can't activate anything to it. It's almost like a Ancient Gear, like during that time it activates, you can't do anything about it. I mean, yeah. So you got your 3 Lazion. He's the one I noticed, like, lately he's been doing the most work, because he's the one that sends all the opponent's graveyard back, and he does. And then on your opponent's next turn, if they were to draw, they burn for 1,000. He's pretty good. Like, these are the ones I run 3 of, because like people need the graveyard. Like, I made the invoked Blue Eyes deck have a hard time with this card. He realized he had to get rid of it or banish it because he couldn't deal with this one if it was on the field and sending graveyard back. I play 2 Sangang. I used to have 3, but I didn't like it because I don't like having to sit on this card. I mean, yes, it searches for all my Time Lords and my Maiden. It's just, I don't like that I have to like sit on defensively with it. So I cut it down to 2. I run 1 Zaphion. Yeah, or Zaphion, the Time Lord. She sends all the back row back. I only run 1 of her. I could run her more, but it's because Time Maiden makes everything in this deck searchable, all the Time Lords, so I only run 1 of her to deal with back row, if anything. I run one Midian. I could bump him up to 2 because monster removal off the field is pretty good, and he gets burned for 300 per, like 300 per monster sent back, so that's pretty good. Max C, because Max C is still freaking broken. Like these, especially if like I went against what was it? Oh, a Wind Witch deck with this, and I just kept drawing. It was ridiculous. I play one Spirit Reaper just so like another monster they can't really get over unless they get you have to like pop it or something because it can't be destroyed by battle. I mean, it can still be destroyed by card effect, but you gotta waste the card effect. But then, like I said, the Dark Hole or a Geki, these guys don't get destroyed. So, I play 3 creature swap because this is awesome. I've taken like cards because like. I've taken like a Makaba, I've taken some good cards because they had no choice because sometimes they only have either one monster or they only have 2 and either one is still good that they don't want to give up, so they'll still have to kind of make a thing with it. But yeah, and then all my Time Lords, if I stand by faith, it goes back to my deck, so it's pretty neat because at least then I don't have a monster to deal with, and then they have less resources. So there's Contact with Dawn 1000. I run it at 3. It's an interesting card. Like you and your opponent draw one. You both take 1,000. But then after every card that's drawn, and if it's a spell, you can no longer normal summon. But since this deck doesn't really normal summon that often, it's usually special summoning. I can still kind of play around it. A lot of other decks can play around it too. They just do a lot of special summoning. But I like it just because then you get to see what your opponent has in their hand and stuff. So. I mean, they might see what you have as well, but then it doesn't really matter for me because a lot of the stuff's they're usually battle traps or something. I play 2 Into the Void, extra draw power. Well, that's what Dawn 1000 does as well. It's an extra draw card. Plus, it's like kind of like a weird defense, but then Into the Void because I don't mind if Zephion is in my hand and goes to the graveyard because then she lets me draw again. So, but I mean, Into the Void, I might bump it up to 3 just to have an extra draw, but. Pot of Duality, I played it at 2. Not a lot of freaking special summoning going on here, like mostly normal summons or whatever. So Pot of Duality, use this, search for your well, usually dig a little deeper, get your traps, your switcheroos, and whatever else you need, like my Mirror Forces and whatever you need. Hopefully you don't run into cloggy stuff. I run 2 Dark Holes. Board removal that I don't have to worry about my Time Lords getting destroyed because he can't be destroyed by card effect. Or I get key 2 in here just to more field wipes. I play 1 day apiece, an extra draw, but I mean no damage, so that's alright. Because not all the time, like I don't have all the Time Lords on at once, so some of them only get effects, like damage effects, depending on which one it is, so it's not that bad. Well, that's damage anyways, they pay cost, so. I play 1 Foolish Burial, I'll send my Time Maidens to the graveyard if I don't end up getting them all to my hand, so at least I can still special summon one of them. Now here's my favorite tech card of the deck. It's really awesome because I've taken Crystal Wings, I've taken all kind of cards with this. Play 3 Switcheroo because oh man, this card is so messed up, and oh man, the only way they can like negate it is if they have like I don't know, something that negates traps or spells. But it's friggin' this card. Oh man, it came in clutch so many times. Like, so this one guy's like, he negates an effect of Crystal Wind. I'm like, huh, okay. So he's like negating monster effects. I'm like, okay, I can get around this. I activate Switcheroo, and he had no choice but to give me Crystal Wind, and his Wind Witch. So he gave me that, and I just sat on Crystal Wing for a while. Because I was just beating him up with his own monsters and he couldn't really negate it. I mean, I was negating his stuff now after that. So it's a fun card. I love this card. I play 3 Magical Cylinder because as I said, this one it's all battle. I have to be worried about. Well, I'm not really worried, but I mean I do take a lot of battle if I don't have any of my Time Lords on. So I gotta make sure these guys are on. I also play 3 Blazing Mirror Force because this card's coming in clutch too, where it burns both of us. I mean, and if you've seen our our invoked Blue Eyes versus Time Lords, this card came in handy. It was pretty good. For the 1-ofs, I play 1 Starlight Road because this deck plays a lot of back row, so I have this set and I can put some in my Stardust just in case, because like a lot of cards can get hit, like Twinsters are still a thing, and there's the other traps, so it's a good card to have. Torrential Tribute, because I don't have to worry about my cards getting destroyed when they try to summon it. I'm like, aha, just flip this and all their stuff gets destroyed and my guys are still safe. One Ring of Destruction, because as I said, like the monsters can easily get around this stuff, so I try to make sure they don't get monsters out or they have a hard time doing it. And one Warning. It's my one thing. I could throw strikes in here too, but with all the other traps that I run that do battle damage to me and my opponent, it's kind of hard. So I try just running one trap. All right, let's get to the extra deck. The extra deck is not all that big. I think there's like 3 cards in there, but it's because I don't really have that much extra deck play. I mean, I could run like Ghost Reaper to be like anti-meta and run stuff in the side deck as like just like the beat up with, like to go, I could banish your ABC Buster or your stuff, but I mean, I could run more. As I said, I only got 2 Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Gustav, Max, and I only play 1 Stardust because, as I said, there's not much I can do with this extra deck because I don't really have. There's nothing I can really use because they're all like super high levels, and my Maiden is only 1. So there's nothing crazy to go into. I mean, there's a 3, but how often am I gonna have either 2 Sangangs or a Sangang and a Spirit Reaper on field? It's weird. So that's my only extra deck. 1 Stardust and 2 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannons. But hopefully you liked the video. I'm gonna make a side deck. I have to make a side deck for this thing because I realized like I'm lacking with it because. I went to the locals yesterday and I lost the first round, but I was dropping one round anyways, so I had stuff to do. But I noticed if I could have sided in and I had stuff to side in, I could have maybe went after the 3rd round because it ended at 3rd round. Like I won first round, 2nd round he won, and he won 3rd. But I'm hoping to make I have to make a side deck for this because I might actually use this at Toronto. So. We'll see. But hopefully you liked the video. Like, share, and subscribe. And comment. Give me some ideas for it, because like this deck is still like it's one of my favorite decks like that I built in a while. So it's like it's just hard to get around. Like what to put in, what to take out, and I don't know. But thanks for watching. GuardedKam from Team KO Pete out.